As the United States Supreme Court hears arguments on the court case United States versus Cometti, Chloe Cole, a detransitioner, is outside encouraging people to stay the fight and continue fighting against gender ideology for children.
No child deserves to cry in anticipation of whether they've been sterilized or not by cross-sex hormones, and yet this is how I live every single day.
Personally, I feel that when our founding fathers wrote and signed the Constitution, they did not do so in mind. They did not do so expecting that people would use it as a means of excusing the institutional abuses that are happening in our medical systems.
We have to protect children. It's our most basic fundamental duty as adults, as Americans, as parents, to protect our children. And gender ideology and the gender butchery business represents a really distinct, unprecedented threat to kids.
This will set a national precedent that 25 states are doing the right thing, following Europe out of this misguided approach to mutilating the body to cure or try to cure an issue in the brain.
If they need to take another look at science for younger kids, before puberty or what have you, that's fine. I'm for that, because I think there could be, there's a point where it could be too young.
It's extremely likely that our Supreme Court will not recognize the human rights of trans children and their families, but that's even more reason for me to be out here to make sure that every child knows that they're loved, despite what bigoted politicians say.
We really want to see there being more legal liability for the medical providers so that detransitioners and others that have been harmed can file lawsuits and hold accountable these gender clinics that have been pushing these drugs and surgeries, putting profit over the best interest of kids involved.
And I think the next step would be, and what I'm calling on Congress to do, is a federal ban on the castration, mutilation, and sterilization of children.
The insurance companies that insure these hospitals and these doctors are eventually going to pull out because they're going to be losing too much money from this. We're going to get this out of schools. Trump will be able to issue executive orders, and Congress now will also be able to pass laws.
We will continue the battle. This is just one pivotal point. It's a very important one because we're talking about little children, but we will continue to work on the other issues surrounding it, the other ancillary issues like women's sports and the safe spaces for American women.
Chloe Cole's fight and many others against transgender ideology for children continues. I'm Ashton Notice with the Washington Examiner.